gonna be long run.
I so
So people just need to prepare the coffee and the snacks.
yeah,
Coca-Cola.
have a coffee, have a snack.
No,
Yeah,
no. Japanese time is in the morning, but
yeah,
US time is in the night.
yeah,
There
yeah,
is a beer to prepare.
yeah. Maybe some beer, maybe some chips.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of echo from Eiji's side. Oh, you know why? It's because I have it on dual audio, so it's picking you up. What's the best way to solve this? I could put. Oh, we got Blue Moon. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab my headphones. Oosh. So I think this should alleviate the echo, but I can't find my plug, so we'll have to work without it. Oh well. This is like the first day of online classes when it's just like, oh, this doesn't work. But anyways, so
Yeah.
um, I guess then should we just get into it? Want to get started? So I think the first thing you wanted to start off with is to talk a little
Mm.
bit about the kind of the Kickstarter and just kind of our short kind of deal and I guess how we cooperate with Japanime, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, it was kind of long way since we've started our this project.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2018 February or March, right? You
Yeah.
and me just discussed at the our ex office and
Yeah. Yeah.
posted the one photo.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah. Now that you said that, I'm remembering it. Like we had that one photo of like a super prototype version of the game, right?
Yes, just idea drafting on the whiteboard.
Yes. 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 Oh my God! Now I'm remembering. Wow, that was two. That
That
was
is the
over two
first.
years ago.
Yes, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years.
So.
It was we had just idea and actually last year October, we had a party in Tokyo and Osaka.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I thought that was a timing we can launch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then we've prepared the trailers for greeting,
Yeah.
so on. But we couldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I
But
think
actually, launching a product is very difficult.
I think that's sometimes underappreciated is all the little minor details and all the kind of micro and macro work that has to be done. So,
Yeah.
we kind of demoed the game there last year in the fall, and we had some of the people who came to Japan give us advice, give us tips, pointed out some mistakes in some of our prototype stuff, and through all of that, obviously we need to take their feedback into consideration, readjust,
Yes.
recalibrate, and then hopefully come out with something that's the more than just the sum of the parts, but also kind of, hey, you know what? That was a good idea. What if we dialed that around a little bit? And so I think actually it was in our favor that we took a little bit of time and improved on what we had because I think now, right, that the the game that we have now is different than what it started with 2 years ago. And
Totally.
it's there's been ups and downs and oh this would be super cool. I don't know how that's going to work. We meet someone or we find a company that has hey, we can do that. And
Yes.
I think that's actually something huge too is that
Yes.
we
Actually, I haven't expected so much, cooperation from, overseas, for this project.
mm-mm.
The factory, the manufacturer is like a first time to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, so was Japanime. We've known each other like 6 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
But the first time to cooperate with, yeah. So still don't know how it goes, but
Yeah.
actually we spent a lot of time to prepare that. And so was the game mechanics a little bit. We appreciated lots of the feedback and fix a little bit.
Mhm.
And then let's say I need to repeat. I'm super happy. Finally, the timing comes. We can launch our Kickstarter.
Yeah. And
In one place, we couldn't make it.
yeah. Well, and people might not know, but we've been, because I had saw some messages that people were surprised we were doing a Kickstarter, and I had said that was always our plan, and it was just a matter of getting to a point where we were ready to officially have a Kickstarter. Because I mean, Jeremy, I know you're in the chat, and I know some of the others like. We'd been planning Kickstarters and having some of these rewards for a long time, and actually we had to change our videos a couple times to fit with the launch dates. And
yeah,
so that's just, it's always been a piece of it because we want to see if there's interest, and then if there's interest past that, what can we do that makes the game kind of part of the community? Because obviously we have a kind of a philosophy and a direction we want to go in, but part of that is also the community that we have and kind of bringing them into kind of our inner circle, let's say, and sharing the game concept with them. And if it's something they want to see, whether it be artwork or characters or whatever, that's kind of part of on us is to make that a thing.
Yeah, so we do know, we had a strong relationship with the community, and we want something, produce for them. So it's not so much, but we really think that those kinds of relationship and the community is very important. So we wanted to do something for them. Unfortunately, I don't want to mention, but we couldn't continue with the past project. So, but we felt something we can do still for the world, to the world, with the world. And then finally we did, and we prepared our prototype. And I've been to the Gamma convention, US.
That's right. You went right before the lockdowns and stuff. Yep.
Yes, that was very close. Once I went back to Japan, it was lockdown.
Yeah.
So thanks, because of the, not thanks of that because of the coronavirus, our plan also needed to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Oh shit, again.
Yeah. That's always been, I think, at least one of our strong points is just being flexible. That we work with what we get.
But we are, thinking about pro shops and the retailer. It's very important. So as players and the community is very important. But the location, the core, that's our sanctuary to get together. Pro shop is very important.
Yeah.
Now I think I need to imagine they are very suffered, right?
Yes.
In Europe, States, forbidden to go out, and the pro shop has zero customer. No, let's say they don't know really how to do that for these couple of 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah. It's so difficult, especially this is uncharted territory, and especially for pro shops or any kind of card shops or game shops, that this is they have a very difficult margin system they work with, and so having 2 months or more of kind of no customers is very difficult. So they're not forgotten about. We are thinking about them, and I think doing what we can when we can, because obviously right now in the midst of it, USA's having trouble, Europe's having trouble, Japan's having trouble, so we kind of want to just be getting ready, and kind of, if we're doing a race, we're kind of getting ready to launch, so that as soon as things are good and people are confident that we can go outside and see our friends again, that we're right there waiting for them.
Yeah.
So, with that, I don't mean to sidetrack too much, but I wanted to talk a little bit about cooperating with Japanime, and so maybe what we're doing
Yes.
and what we're expecting and how we're helping them and how they're helping us, and so people might have questions about that.
Yes, that was a good timing. We when we had during the time we having the like a promotion in Tokyo and Osaka, let's say party,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they visited us in Tokyo, and we played together,
yeah.
and they loved our idea.
Mm-hmm.
Then okay, let's start to think about how to cooperate about it.
Yeah.
So actually, that is a very important. That was precious meeting, but also I need to postpone again a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we had a conversation at the Gamma,
Mhm.
and I've showed them, the final in the product line, samples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we've decided to finally, we get a conclusion to start with together.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Jackson,
Oh,
who
yeah.
posted in our group a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very cool guy and very, have a big passion to push our products
Yep. Yep.
and to introduce. And actually, we had some difficulty to set up the Facebook, accounting together with him and adjusting something.
Ah, okay. I watched the interview that the TCG Scrubs did with him.
Yeah.
So I feel like I got to know him through that a little bit because I didn't get to go to Gamma, and so I didn't have a chance to meet him then, but I got the chance to at least learn a little bit about him and his philosophies and stuff online. So he's a super good guy.
Yeah. So now he is trying to introduce as much as we can to you guys, I mean, for the viewers and the fans or something.
Yeah.
And the Japanime game is, maybe some people doesn't know, but they are attending all the convention in US, Europe, Asia, everywhere.
Mm.
During my possible time, I fly here, I fly here, everywhere in world weather. They were everywhere in the Europe and the States and somewhere. So I think to see directly, to give the communities and players the direct opportunity to talk with and show off our products is very important.
Yeah,
so I'm super happy
kind of
to work with them.
International ally where, like, of course we have games that we're very passionate about, but sometimes it's very difficult for people to see our projects. And even in our past kind of projects, it was one of the biggest difficulties we had was just people seeing what we were making. And so with Japanime, who's well known in the industry as both a convention goer and as a game producer, it's awesome that working with them, we now have the visibility, and they have yet another Japanese game, but one where maybe they have a little bit more input in. If they like something a certain way or if they have a suggestion for us, then we can work together with them. And whereas we're not just a large Japanese company that's kind of pushing something overseas, we're a small Japanese company who, if they have some creative input, we can work with that, adjust it, modify it, and we've actually already done that a little bit to come up with what I think are even better options than what we had originally came up with. So.
Yeah, actually, yes, and that is very important. But we know the trading card game industry and the fans, but we doesn't know much about the board game industry or collectible game market.
Mm-hmm.
So Japanime has a lot of experience in a very professional company on the board game scene.
Yeah.
So this is a very good opportunity for us to introduce our products and the characters to new fans.
Yeah, yeah.
I do know, our artworks and the storyline, the characters, game mechanics would be, appreciated for the new fans and gamers, board game fans.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But we couldn't have the opportunity to introduce our products and characters and the universe. But this time, cooperation with the Japanese games is very perfect matching for us. So we can prepare something for the fans and our friends in the worldwide level. We've already met together and talked together with and enjoyed together with through our first version of TCG. But from now on, we can introduce our project and the artworks and the universe and the cool characters to board game fans as well. That is a very important part. But I need to emphasize, this is a new game mechanics, ACG, arena card game. This is not trading card game. But neither not board game. It's between that. So if we can enjoy the collecting the building the deck, and open the booster pack to find the new cards and the acrylic standee or something. But it's not the deck building type. But yeah, people already saw the video which was launched by TCG Scrub Collins.
Yes.
Hope that was cool video. Hope everyone could enjoy that.
Yes.
So maybe they can see the game mechanics about it, but in terms of the product point of view, it's not fixed, card product style. They can buy the starter decks.
In that it's just one single thing. It's not just a pack of cards. It's not just a figure. And so, for us especially, it's a new thing, and so we're still finding our way a little bit with this. And I saw someone in our chat said that they've designed a couple tabletop games over the years, and so obviously once it's one of those things. I mean, card games as well. You do that a couple times, and you're pretty comfortable. You have kind of a rhythm and a flow to it. You know what you're doing, and I assume that there's something like that to board games as well. And so, us kind of jumping into a new space, it's actually a little bit nice to be working with Japanime again, because they do have a little bit more experience than us in the tabletop industry, and so they can give us kind of creative feedback on some of the design elements that we had included. So it's a very good match to have not only met them, but work with them now, and I think it has only helped the game as far as both being entertaining and fun, and as well as just creating the best product for people.
Yeah, so far, the most strongest part of them, taking part in the convention in worldwide level, because of the coronavirus, they cannot do that. But once it's gone, we're gonna immediately, spread our products to the world, and they can take part in the convention in the everywhere, worldwide level. So hopefully, once we're ready, and the corona gone, immediately we can, produce and give you guys the opportunity. Give our fans the opportunity to try together with. But we need to start from now, because it takes 3 months, 4 months. So we assume it's gone around let's say July, August, coronavirus going on. So now we suffered a super difficult situation. But something we need to prepare. Some game company just stopped their product line to sell, and they just canceled all the schedule. While we are a small company, we should be the challenger. During this time, so we need to prepare for the future. That is what we can do as game publisher. Simply speaking, everybody suffered and depressed. We can tell, we have no idea when we can launch, if coronavirus gone, we can prepare. But that's not, let's say, positive. Very passive style. So kind of we are challenger. We should be
that's
aggressive.
That's not your style in the slightest.
No. So let's prepare together with us for our future coming spring. So we cannot produce. We don't produce now, just now.
Yeah.
But for the future, July, August.
We need to start now.
So yes, let's try again the reboot our fans and the parties and the organized pride together with. That is my plan to we are discussing with Japanime games so far. That's why we just starting now.
Yeah, and I think that kind of covers the kind of why we're making or why we're having a Kickstarter and doing this stuff, even though the world is in such a hectic place, is because it does take time, and we're not wanting to just kind of sit on our laurels or sit on our hands, so to speak, and wait until as you said, it's not in our role to be passive and just hope that things get better at some point. We want to, and especially too, it's something to look forward to. I think people in general, it's something nice to look forward to again, to seeing your friends, to I don't know if like for you and I to go on Hanami or go out for a drinking party, whatever. I'm sure people all over the world miss actually hanging out with their friends in real life as opposed to Zoom meetings. But we work with what we can, and I think that having the Kickstarter is a way to get people excited, to especially some of the cool rewards and stuff. And I don't know how much you want to talk about today with what rewards and stuff there are. I know Jeremy just said, "I'm ready to throw money at the Kickstarter." So I know we spoke with Jeremy when he was in Japan last. What was it? Was it November or October? I want to say it was November.
Yes.
But so we spoke a little bit, and I know there's one thing in particular.
We said 2019 fall.
Yeah. And I know there's one thing in particular that Jeremy's really excited about. So I'm sure he'll have an opportunity to get that because I know he's been getting ready. Just looking at our little to-do list here of things to go over, I think we can kind of jump to the point where we wanted to talk about alternate souls and kind of the behind the scenes, the game mechanics, the characters, and so we got a question, so I'll delay my comment for a second. I heard something about Festival of Ultimate Souls. So someone had a question.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So let's say this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Game is fun. Actually, I played a lot of the game. So there are lots of good games.
Yeah.
So I don't tell Alternate Souls is the best game ever.
Very Japanese.
But but get very good game.
Yeah.
But we can make good game to the best game with the circumstances, so to speak, OP and the support and the community conversation.
Just OP is kind of a jargon term for like industry people. What does OP mean for those that don't know?
Yeah, organized play, let's say.
There you go. So
yeah.
But yeah, so and I think that's one of the things that we've shown that we do fairly well is, of course, you need a good base product, right? So the game has to be fun as is, and it has to be a good game. But to bring that to the next level is the experience, whether that be stories for those that are interested in it, whether that be the experience of playing, going to events, whether it be the competitive aspect that they enjoy. And one of the things that's maybe unique about our game or any of our projects as opposed to any of our competitors is just simply being in Japan and being able to invite people, to talk to people, and potentially even have events in Japan like we've done in the other games that we've done. In what was it, 2018 we had an amazing event and it was so much fun. And so being able to do something like that, I think, is a really exciting aspect.
So I'm for sure that very, let's say, precious opportunity to launch the game is just, it's not just working. So, like, thanks of our past project, I could meet you, Jeff.
Yep.
You know, you are now very my precious best friend.
Yep.
And I'm happy to work with us, and I work with you and talking with you every time.
Yeah.
I think I do know your personal matters as well, right? You don't like to eat this. You only eat this.
You know all my candy habits.
But that's very good to know that people each other like that. And remember, what we did was, some small kids came from Italy with his parents.
Yeah.
They got donation, right?
Yeah.
So we are based in Japan. What we can do is based from Japan to the world something. I just wanted to open the opportunity to, come. See, our hometown, Tokyo is very cool.
Yeah.
Another universe, Kiba is super cool.
Yeah.
So I wanted to still wanna producing the opportunity to my fans and players to visit Japan. So other companies sure of course can do that.
Yeah.
But that's also the point I want to emphasize. And the world, American friends who visited our WGP gave me the one word, encouraged me very much.
Yeah.
He said, he would never been to overseas. First time to overseas, it's Japan, Tokyo, our game. Wow.
Yeah.
He said he never outside of his own states.
Yeah. And then...
But first time outside of the states is Japan. Wow. So it encouraged me a lot. So definitely, game is my base.
Yes.
But what I want to produce on game is the opportunity, like you said, experience. And I'm not, big, super, mega gigantic company. So I can customize the experience I want to produce to each of the fans. I can talk directly, I can listen directly, we can listen directly, and then, our, let's say, event can be the not huge one, but can be the super memorial one.
Yeah.
We need to choose the opportunity and the game to enjoy. Lots of the game here, right?
Yeah.
Lots of the products here. So how can we choose? So, as in terms of the publisher point of view, we need to think about what community wants, what community should buy. Let's say, if we print a rare card, this, and if we print this one, many, that their experience is going to be totally ruined.
Yeah.
So we need to emphasize this is only for you, only one in the world. So this is the opportunity you can enjoy to be one of the best. It can be one of the best experience and the memory for your life. I can tell you like that. So those are something. Base is a game, but experiencing, including the audience player to play together with, and the Japanese event, not for the everybody, but for the super strong fan. And we should do the event every year, once in a year.
Yeah.
So people may have the opportunity. Shouldn't be the big one.
Yeah. Not monster like.
But should be the heartful one, wonderful one.
Yes, that's heartwarming. Where it's nice when we can get together, meet, and I remember one of the nicest things I remember reading one time was that like one of the best things about Force of Will TCG about just the people that were working was that you as CEO knew your players in different countries on a first name basis. And I honestly don't think any other game producer in the world has that level of closeness with its fans. And the ability that we have to, like, some foreign players might not know this, and maybe a lot of people, even in Japan, that Japanese artists in the entire industry in Japan is a little bit different than it is in Western countries, where for the most part, Japanese artists won't respond to public, like regular people talking to them. They'll only really talk to companies for the most part. And so that's where, like, in the West, it's not so difficult to get like a fan commission or something done by your favorite artist. But in Japan, where there's a ton of amazing artists, it's very difficult, nigh impossible for that. And so that's where we have kind of a unique position where we have a good relationship with a lot of good artists. And so if we do have huge fans of some of our characters, let's say Alice or Narlahotep or Faith Sing, whatever, we actually have a relationship where if they wanted, we could custom get a artwork that they could use just for them, kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's something that very, very few companies in general, especially with Japanese artists, can talk about.
Yeah, basically the most of the products just published for the mass production.
Yeah.
So we wanna prepare your favorite characters up to your, let's say, point.
Yeah.
We call soul.
Yeah.
That's we call soul system. Yeah, soul is a heart. So if you put the point for your only favorite characters, you can get that products, let's say, or special artworks or rewards foil cards.
Yeah.
That was not sold.
Yeah.
That is not going to be sold.
Yeah. Just
that is
artwork is for you.
Yes, only for you, and it's not sold. Nobody can buy.
Yeah.
That is the point. So I don't produce that. Yeah, sure, of course. Product base, I need to prepare.
Yeah.
Everybody can buy.
Yeah.
But for some special rewards,
yeah,
people never can buy.
Yeah.
That is only for you because you chose that character. That is your favorite character. That is, let's say, actually, willpower reward system was good, but we couldn't continue.
And it has some flaws too, so it's good that we've kind of tried to upgrade that a little bit. Because if you recall, when we turned it off in 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, earlier.
Yeah.
16 something. Yeah.
So whenever we decided to turn it off, I know it wasn't that we turned it off because we didn't like what it could do. It just wasn't capable of doing all the things we wanted it to be able to do. And so now that we've have this soul system, it's kind of in a little bit more advanced version of that in what you can do with it, how you use the points, and rather... Oh, am I the only one who's having volumes? Oh, is my volume not good, guys? Let me know in the chat. But
Okay.
But going back to it, that like the soul system is kind of the version 2 of the willpower rewards, where it's better in what it's capable of and in what kind of information we're able to pass and trade with each other.
So, yeah. Pass and trade of each other is one strong point. And the biggest point is willpower point is, just accumulates a point. And everybody get the same rewards, right?
Yeah.
But soul system, they can choose the characters, their favorite.
Yeah.
They can get the foils or, other artworks from them. That is the biggest difference, I think.
So
because some people love the, Zero, some people love the Gil Rapis. I love the Naira Hotep and Naira Hotep. So people must choose it. And also in the future, after it's going to be realized, I can invite the artist together with to give us, here is your friends. Could you give them the new artwork or autograph or hot session or something? That is a future plan. So far, we just started.
Yeah, of course.
How can we, expect that this? First, step by step. But once it goes well, gradually we can upgrade, invite more rewards, produce more rewards.
And I know that was one of the questions I had saw on the interview with Jackson and Colin, was people had asked, so when, I think it's a valid question to ask. So people had asked, when will we start using more original artwork? And I think that's part of it, is that obviously we want to see that this is something popular that people want, and then if the game's demand is high enough that we can then afford to, because people need to remember, and we'll be upfront about it, Japanese artists aren't super cheap. And so we, if we want to keep the same caliber of artwork and the same quality that people are used to with our games, that we just need to get to a point where we can afford to do that. And
Yes, exactly, exactly. And then, as you mentioned, so artworks is super not cheap. So, and then to create this is hundreds artworks every time is kind of crazy to continue.
yeah.
So through this project, I wanna listen the opinion from the community.
Mhm.
Which character do we have to continuously asking to create the new artworks?
Ah, as opposed to
So,
creating
and then,
new characters.
yes, I chose the 10 first rulers.
Yeah.
Let's say, I think we can tell, people could see also the Lapis and Zero and the Nyarura and the Kaguya and the Fishing.
Facing, yep.
And the next 10, 5 rulers going to be shown later.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you want to say it or?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, but people can see, friends, our friends can see through our,
Yeah, the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Title back.
Yeah.
And so was two characters, Alice and Dark Alice.
Yeah.
It's well known in wider level, right?
Yeah.
And people can assume, even the first time, to see that, people can say, oh, this is Alice, maybe this is, Dark Alice or Evil Alice or something. Anyway, so this time we're gonna produce a booster pack with one standees of that character and the 5 characters related with him, related with her.
The cards, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So not totally at random. If you got the Alice standee,
Yeah.
all cards related with Alice.
Yeah. So that's in a traditional, like, let's say, card game, a booster pack, you open it up, it's literally 10 to 15 random cards with no relationship. Whereas in our game, whatever the standee is, the cards that will be in that pack will be related to that standee, so that, let's say you buy a starter deck and a booster pack, you'll be able to put that standee and the associated cards with that standee right into your deck if you wanted to.
Exactly. Then through that way, that means more, let's say, collector-based game.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can imagine if Alice is kind of going to be the very most one of the favorite character for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So we can continuously recreate the Alice artwork or standees or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine Alice standees on your desk here,
all,
or everything.
All the different Alices.
So actually, artists doing their best job every time. So they are giving us the lot of the nice artworks. But from our side, we need to ask the community, which character you like.
Yeah.
Through so system, we can see the point, they donate. I mean, first of all, people open the booster pack, right?
Yeah.
And they can scan the QR code.
Yeah.
Of each character.
Yeah.
Then they can use the point and say both the point.
Yeah.
Through our solar system, then we can see, which character was voted the best.
Yeah.
Through that, poll, let's say, right? Then we can choose the characters which we should launch next time. So that is a kind of the mechanics I've seen behind the solar system.
Gotcha. Very good. All right.
Then I can give.
Oh, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, then through that system, I can offer the artist, hey, you got a farm of these numbers and points. Can you create the new artwork for us, or you create, let's say, new project with us or something?
Very good. All right. I'm looking through here. We got information about. We got about 15 minutes or so. I want to do main theme. We talked about. We talked about that. The preparation for our first kind of print run here.
Okay. Actually, I need to emphasize this.
Yeah.
So we had the plan of the reward system, soul system, and organize play, including the Japanese event.
Yeah.
And we have the philosophy to connect the world, cooperate with the world. Yeah. Let me, tell you one thing more. I reminded, during, you remember, Jeff, we had a very hard time at the last day of last our WGP. We got an accident, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You are so exhausted.
Yep.
You need to play the Smash Brothers, at there.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning playing Smash Brothers to relax.
Yeah, but I found, including the Ryan Mimes,
Yep.
some of the very, gentle friend.
Yeah. Jason.
Very, very worried about our situation.
Yeah.
They just, stay together with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once it cleared, we dismissed.
Yeah.
That was, I could feel, they feel hurt, together with us. So that was very good opportunity. That is also one thing. So I wanna produce those kind of same opportunity again. It was even that was a super hard time.
Yeah.
But we, overwhelmed that.
There's an English word called camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the close.
Yeah. Comrades, right?
Yeah.
Camaraderie. Okay. So, but anyway, those are the philosophy we had.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, I can tell reward system to produce your favorite artworks, product, something, right? And the OP program, including Japanese event.
Yeah.
And then our philosophy, why we do this. So we have these 3 parts.
Yeah.
But basement is sure, of course, game as it is.
Yeah.
If it's a good game, we can continue.
Yeah.
But if it's not enough to play, enjoy game, we cannot continue that. So then let's go to the point. This time, we've decided to launch starter deck booster pack all together.
Yep.
Yeah, because of our schedule got delayed.
Yeah.
Basically, I wanted to produce a starter deck, that was already scheduled with the factory.
Yeah.
So starter deck and the people, can know how to play about it and get used to it, then ready to accept the booster pack.
Yeah.
Then we launch up booster pack. What's the original plan?
Yeah.
So this time we're gonna launch the starter deck and the booster pack all together.
Yeah.
So maybe it's gonna be difficult to play. I can tell. This is a
complexity will be difficult. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very complicated.
Yeah. There's maybe
because it's first time.
Yeah. And I think
First time.
Oh, good.
They need to understand how to play.
Yeah.
That's also super difficult, right? How to build the deck, also super difficult. Lots of characters, lots of the options. It makes people crazy or no.
Yeah, and that's we're working with people like the TCG Scrubs and Colin and all those guys, and then also Dragon Ruler, aka Jeremy, and to help us kind of put content out there to help people, so that originally our release schedule was such that people would have a chance to learn the basics with the starter decks and then go into more complex strategies in the booster packs. But
exactly
because of the delay, so they're going to come out together, and so just to kind of remind people, and we'll do as best we can as well to kind of help ease people into it, because obviously there's not a skill cap, but it's not a simple thing learning anything new, and so you want to take it normally step by step, and it's just due to the unforeseen that now they'll come out together, so that we want to make sure it's accessible and people can learn, even if it is a little bit difficult. There's more edgy, less Jeff. there's more stuff for them to kind of learn and pick up from. I'll talk less. You can talk more.
Yeah, that's the point. So that is a negative part, actually.
Yeah.
But the positive part is, the let's say like Jeremy or Colin, the person, we can talk closely, can understand how the product is.
Yeah.
But for the most of the rest of the 95% of the people, we need to show what our product looks like.
Yeah.
So to give Saturday booster pack together with, they can see the product. Oh, okay, this product is expandable. Then that is good part, Saturday can be
built up on.
Yes, with our expansions, booster pack.
Yeah.
So then through that way, our community can enjoy long time, right?
Yeah.
If, some player can understand the rule very quickly, very intensely.
Yeah.
So actually, producing only the starter deck is not enough for them.
Yeah, too simple.
So sometimes, yes, too simple. But simple is sometimes the best, actually. See, it's a difficult balance.
Yeah.
So I need to emphasize to please understand the rule at first, then enjoy with the minimum deck. Then, if you are, feel I need more, try the booster pack as well. So that is the first things I want to emphasize. And then, let's say, we're going to produce the 45 characters this time. Yeah, starter deck has 20. 4 characters each times 5 attributes. 1 ruler and 3 linker. We called resonator in our post project. But this time we called linker, 3 linker, and 1 ruler. Starter deck has 4 characters. But you need to have the 5 linkers to build the deck. 5 linkers, 1 rulers. Each linker has like a 5 skill card. And the ruler has also 5, let's say 4. His unique card. So total 5 times 5, 25. Plus ruler 4, 29. Card pool for your deck. You need to choose the 20. This is how to start the game.
Simple, yeah. And then
very simple.
Builds from there in complexity.
Yes, and as I mentioned, each attribute of the starter deck has 1 ruler and 3 linkers. With booster pack, we're gonna produce the 4 linkers and 1 ruler at random. For each attribute.
Each attribute.
So 5 new characters. Totally 1 attribute has 2 ruler. 3 plus 5, 8. 8 linkers. So 10 characters for each attribute. So I don't know when we can launch our second expansion so far. But please enjoy with 10 characters to build a deck with 1 attribute. Sure, of course, this time you can mix and match with different attributes. But these are the characters now we are preparing.
And I think that's one small thing to emphasize too, is that I think the game actually is more enjoyable if you mix appropriately different attributes. Because they really do this time have kind of this attribute does this attribute does this, and if you only pigeonhole yourself into one thing, you might lose out on the ability to do certain things that you would otherwise have if you incorporated properly. So I think it's a very well designed system. And
then, as you mentioned, to work properly, we need to ask I need to emphasize this. We need to ask the community 2 things to support us. One is like, we have the very good judges in world level in past project. Rules back up. That is a very one thing important. And another one is like, let's say, playing deeply. I already know how much ever our test team tried player can find easily, quickly. This is how this works. This works stronger. This is the strongest deck.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say it's meaningless to check in advance, but I appreciate the feedback from the community.
Yeah.
So our second booster pack, third booster pack can be adjusted a little bit for the for each deck per balance.
Yeah.
So how to combo with each card characters with different attributes through starter deck one, starter deck and the booster pack one is, as I say, my team couldn't find every combo. But maybe community, pro player and skillful player can enjoy to explore the deck building. And then we need the good judge team, good rule team. Then we need to talk with them very deeply. So I'm gonna do the same things through the alternate source page with let's say judge group or something in World level. Then I'm okay. I get used to be blamed. This game is sucks. This game has a lot of the misprinted. This game has blah. Okay, just blame me. I'm fine. But I'm ready to fix that. And how to enjoy this is just focus with limited number of the characters and not explore the building this. At the beginning. Oh, I feel sorry about I wanted to send the samples for the retailers after we've done the Gamma convention. Because the opportunity, the location, opportunity to play with is very important. And I don't hesitate to send a sample to Italy, French, German, US, Australia, Singapore, wherever. I'm okay. But because of the, not sanctions, because of the coronavirus, the location anymore couldn't work.
The original one,
Yes, so I'm gonna prepare the proxies.
Gotcha.
Sample deck to print out. So my team creates the 3 decks already. Then just print that to see the decks to play.
And so to explain that a little bit more in detail to those listening, so our goal is to have printable proxies of the game so that if you want to try it out, since unfortunately we can't send the demos now due to coronavirus, that the next best thing is we'll give you the chance to print something out so that you can at least get an idea of how things might play, how the mechanics might work a little bit, so that you have a chance to kind of learn that basic structure, see what you like, see what you don't like, kind of work with it a little bit, play with it in your hands, and then when you have the opportunity, then when the real thing comes out, you'll be able to get that, and you'll already know maybe what your first deck is, or not deck necessarily, but
exactly
set kind of army/deck is, and you'll be good to go.
Yes. And then I think we have 3 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
So one last thing I want to emphasize is this time, for the future, I can tell, our event in Japan is going to be like this. Whoa, wonderful. Our OP program is this, whoa, wonderful. Our solar system is like this. But so far, we need to start from the minimum level. I'm now trying to produce the monthly organized play cards for retailer. 1 is not enough. So 2 OP card per month. Every month that is good, right?
Yeah, but you said OP can mean overpowered?
Overpowered.
Or it can mean organized play.
Organized play, yes.
Organized play cards, not overpowered cards.
Game balance is going to be broken if we produce a 2 overpowered cards. But anyway, so 1 is not enough. So let us prepare the 2 each monthly promo cards. So this is something I want to emphasize. This time we produce only foil cards, only as reward or special promotional event, because normally normal card is enough to play at first. So only the deep fan collector wanna have the foil version, right? So foil version we produce only through the solar system.
Okay.
Actually, to mix and match with foils with factories super complicated actually.
Yeah.
So both of the reason because of our mass production level.
Yeah.
So I just remove the foil cut. So this is I need to emphasize in advance, right?
Yeah.
People are gonna be disappointed.
So at first there won't be foils in the booster packs when you get them. The foils will be specially for promotional cards, and they will be a separate entity, not in the booster packs.
Exactly. But we sure of course we're gonna print the foil cards. So please, don't なんだっけ disappoint. Yeah.
Please don't be
So
disappointed.
another one is even the acrylic. Yeah, disappointing. Yes. And then another one is acrylic standee swords. So first set, like a 45 acrylic standee, we're gonna prepare as normal product.
Yeah.
But sure, of course, through Kickstarter program, we're gonna prepare alternate artwork standees.
Yeah.
That's going to be super rare.
Yeah.
And if you are a big fan, sure, of course, maybe you're gonna feel it to collect all the standees of that artworks, characters. And then through our rewards program, soul system, this is the main theme I want to emphasize. Our game names alternate souls.
Yes.
Alternate souls, comes from other universe and get together. They're gonna fight to be chosen as ultimate, right? We always different ultimate souls. So ultimate souls going to be print only one in the world for you. I mean, like that for the fans. Those are the main theme I want to produce. So first print run going to be not foil is not going to be included, but we're gonna prepare as soul system. So this is a background. We can tell the soul system and the organized prize also the organized Japanese event going to be we can tell organized prize and our philosophy. Yeah. So hope our game can be getting better, improving as we did last time. So I appreciate the feedback. Game should be like this, more like should be like this, and the company, my company can adjust and fix immediately for our next print run or second expansion something. And then I need the player opinion, the deck building. This is let's say dangerous combo, let's say infinite combo or something. And that rule backup. So this is something I want to enjoy together with company, with community. Sure, of course, we're gonna start with English version and maybe Japanese version a little bit. After it was accepted, this is still the beta version. As we did before, I want to have the localized version like the Chinese, Italian, French, German, and Spanish, like we did before. So goal is super high, but once we've achieved before, so let's enjoy the beginning of our new legend. So these are the topics I wanted to cover today.
I think let me just double check in. For whatever reason, my internet on your video is a little bit choppy, so I think there is a kind of perfect time to end it for today. I guess let me just check real quick. Does anyone have any questions in the chat real quick? I know we've been just kind of talking a little bit. Let's just, I'll wait for about a minute, and if anyone has any questions of any details in particular, we can go over that, and then if no, then we'll call it a day for that. But so let me read through here. People
about the Kickstarter program detail. So we are going to launch in, I mean, Tuesday, I guess, with Jackson and me, and I think Jeremy going to be invited, and Eric as well.
Okay.
Eric is a Japanime's CEO.
Yeah. And so that'll be on Tuesday. I believe that's the 14th.
Let me check the very quick. It was posted on My Will Studio page by Jackson.
Yeah. I see a question here that is important. So packs, yes, will contain a standee. Every booster pack will have a standee and cards.
Yes.
Then another question I see here is, will the game be having a Kickstarter batch and a retailer batch separately, or will they be one and the same?
Please ask that on Tuesday. It was run not by me, by the Japanime again. So
okay, so for Rhea, that is a question for Tuesday because we are not distributing. We are producing but not distributing. So bring that up on Tuesday. That's a very good question, actually. How good is green and how good are counter spells? I think there's a couple counters, right? I don't think I let him have any free counter spells. I think that was my only major rule. I hope.
Again, green gonna be strongest color maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, do I have to slap green around a couple times? All right. Let's see. Second question. All right. I think that's about it for today, guys. Have a wonderful evening if you're in the States. Have a wonderful day if you're somewhere over in Asia. Oh, you got something?
No, that's okay.
All right, guys, take it easy. Have a wonderful one. This video will be uploaded to YouTube. It will probably take a little bit of time, but thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day. Be healthy. Be safe. See you soon.
See you soon.